That was great, actually. Saw X is a brand new 2023 horror film directed by Kevin Grutert, starring Tobin Bell and Shawnee Smith. And yeah, I'm actually shocked by how genuinely great this movie was, especially for a late stage Saw sequel. So yeah, let's go ahead and start this review off, starting off with the good. And there's really a lot to like in this movie, even for non-Saw fans. First of all, Tobin Bell is back, and he's actually the main focus of the film this time. And he's great in this movie. He is absolutely amazing. He was great even in the bad Saw movies. And I really loved his performance here. And 10 movies in, we finally get a movie that fully focuses on John Kramer. And I really love the fact that we actually spend the entire movie with him instead of focusing on like a police detective or something. He's actually the main character, and the movie benefits for it, and his performance benefits it. And then you also have Shawnee Smith back as Amanda, and she's really great as well. I was a little doubtful on her inclusion in this movie because I'm like, what else can we do with Amanda as a character? But I am really glad that they actually found a way to utilize her character, and they were actually able to build onto the relationship with her and John. And I really love the way that they build on top of that, and it really fleshes out their dynamic that you get, especially in the third movie. And aside from them, the whole story is really great. If you've seen the trailer, you know the basic gist. John Kramer goes to get care for his cancer, finds out that it was a fraud, so he decides to test the people who wronged him, and I really like that idea. And the whole way that the game plays out, some of the best traps in the franchise, in my opinion. Some people might not think so, but I definitely do. We got some really great traps in here. You got the brain surgery trap. You got a really interesting trap with a wire saw that I'm not going to talk about. And obviously, you get the eye trap that's on all the posters. Not really going to get into detail about what the traps do and what happens with them, but they're all really creative and really interesting. And I really like the way that they play out. And I've always said that a Saw movie is either made or broken by its final twist. And I feel like the final twist in this movie is really great. And the reveals that we get within the third act are amazing. And I went into this movie not really expecting a big twist because it's set between the first two movies. So I figured we knew everything. We didn't know everything. There's a really good twist in the final act of this movie. And I just really love the way the movie ended because it doesn't end on some kind of cliffhanger, but it also doesn't have a definitive ending. It leaves it where there could be more should people want more, should this movie be successful. And I really like that. I'm really tired of cliffhanger endings never getting fulfilled because the movie doesn't do well. So I'm really excited to see where they go with this franchise. Should they decide to continue it? And honestly, I actually have a bit of an idea on where they could go with the next movie and maybe even a third movie after this. But I'm gonna let them do what they do. The Carnage Candy is really great, as with the Saw movie. Usually the Carnage Candy is really great, and this movie really delivers on that. And also the score. I mean, you have that iconic Saw theme. You gotta talk about it. It's really great. I love when it kicks in every time. And that's about all for the good. On to the bad. And I guess if I had to nitpick, I've seen this pointed out already, but yes, Amanda's wig in this movie looks not great. It's about as weird as Dexter's flashback wigs from the early seasons of Dexter, but that's about all for the bad. On to the final thoughts. I love this movie. This is probably my favorite sequel in the franchise, honestly. And if you're a hardcore Saw fan, you're probably going to love this movie. Saw X is a surprisingly really great film with some interesting heart to it, and I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. So that was my thoughts on Saw X. Have you seen this movie? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it if you have seen it. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.